Okay, guys, I'm gonna be doing my both my Daddymacsac attacks in this war, which this is the Heisenberger's #2 like war recap war. I'm gonna be highlighting both my attacks though. So you're gonna get to see two good hog attacks, and these are just gonna be examples of how to use hogs at Town Hall 9. Um, we'll start with the easier base and then go to the harder base for the second one. So this is their #2 guy. Whoops. Let me go back to that. This is their #2 guy that I attacked. And you can see this really isn't that hard of a base to hog because there's no double bomb spots. It's amazing how many people don't have double giant bomb spots inside their base. So if they don't, abuse them with hogs. That's what I say. Um, so my just general strategy when I'm going into a hog attack, I really want to try and find a way to where I don't need to use a jump spell, because having the fourth heal spell is just like a guaranteed 3-star basically. Which really, if you, even with a jump spell, if you do the jump spell part right, with 3 heals, you should be able to get a 3-star almost all the time too. But 4 heal spell is just like a guaranteed 3-star. So looking at this guy's base, I know if I just use a wall breaker on one of these walls here, the queen's going to hop right over into this compartment, and I'll have my king just take her out really easily. So there's no jump spell needed. Basically, it's 2 wall breakers for 4 unit space basically in order to save using a jump spell. So that's a really good trade-off. So that's another reason this guy's base is just really good to do hogs on. And I'm just saying, trust me, I've seen this a ton of times. You always want to take out the archer queen. I've seen people not take out the archer queen and just use more hogs, uh, and it's amazing to me like how the attacks will fail with like 10 more hog riders in your army or 13 more hog riders in your army just because the archer queen's kept alive, because she can actually kill hogs like through a heal spell. I don't know, it's just crazy, but just trust me, you needed to kill the queen in your Town Hall 9 hog attacks. Don't just overload with hogs. The other problem with overloading with hogs is once you do start going against bases that have double bomb spots, if something goes wrong in the attack and uh, you end up triggering both at the same time, say you messed up somewhere along the way, normally your attack's going to be over anyways, but like let's just say that happens and instead of only having like 30 hogs or something like that, where you took out the queen, took out a bunch of defenses at the beginning, you just have like 40 hogs, you're going to be losing like just all those hogs, plus you didn't get the stuff at the beginning, and it's just terrible. So just trust me, you always want to take out the archer queen. Um, Alrighty, so getting into this attack, uh, my thinking was I need to get the queen, and the king's on this side. Just a general rule also, I like to attack on the side opposite of the king. That way when my hogs finish up on the other side of the base, they'll finish up right by him, and then they can all just turn on him and take him out at the same time. Because sometimes if you go to the opposite side of the base, whenever your hogs and everything are working their way around, they'll get stuck on a storage, and the king will walk up and just start killing them all while they're stuck hitting a storage. And the king can actually take out quite a few of your hogs at the end, which can sometimes hurt you. So just in general, I like to start on the opposite side. But more than that, the queen dictates where you need to attack from. So on this base, obviously the queen's here. I need to attack from this side. Just so happens that the king's on the opposite side, so that works out really well also. And then looking at the base, I know there's probably going to be Teslas and giant bombs next to each of these wizard towers, which is really nice because that's just like I drop 4 heal spells on each, or I drop a heal spell on each of those spots, and that pretty much covers all the bomb spots, and it covers like the entire base. Uh, so this guy is just like asking to get hogged, if you ask me. Okay, so my plan was looking at the clan castle's range. I just was going to drop 1 or 2 hogs up here by this builder's hut to go in, draw the clan castle troops. Now, you'll see in the actual attack when I did that, a Tesla popped up right there, which I probably should have expected that. So instead I dropped a hog up kind of by this area to get the clan castle full. So that wasn't anything like too scary. And so once I got the clan castle out, I just anchored them over here with a barbarian. You could use an archer also. So once I draw them out to there, it's just your typical kill squad where for my kill squad, I normally bring 8 to 10 wizards in my attacks, 2 witches, normally 1 archer and like 3 barbarians. That's typically my general army comp, and that leaves me with around 31 hogs, I think. with a golem in my clan castle. So that's just like my kind of like my default army composition, which obviously that can change based on the base. But that's probably like a good default. So once I get them out here, I drop in my other barbarians, drop in both my witches and my archer queen, just all kind of on this builder's hut area. And then normally I use two witches, or two wizards, I mean, just to help take out the troops even faster. And so I knew that those troops were going to move in and take this barracks out once they took out the enemy witches, or the enemy wizards, I'm sorry, I keep saying those backwards. And so from there, I drop my golem in to where he targets this wall, and I let my wall breakers in to where they target that wall once all these defenses get distracted on the golem. So then once that wall gets blown up, the golem's going to go around, get into the mortar, start working his way up, and this queen's going to hop over, start shooting the golem, and then while the golem is down tanking, I think I drop one. Normally I just drop one wizard on either side to create the funnel. So I ended up dropping one wizard to take out this elixir collector, and then like I said, my kill squad was going to take this barracks out, which just leaves these three buildings with the opening right here. So I know if I drop my king in to start helping take these buildings out, he's going to naturally move in and get to the queen really quickly. So that's kind of my plan for the kill squad, to take the queen out. And you can see this queen's not super high level or anything, so there's nothing too crazy about that. But another thing to note is the only other person in our clan that can donate, or pretty much everybody else that can donate golems in our clan only has level 1 golems. So my kill squad overall is a little bit weaker than I would like it to be, but normally it gets the job done for the kind of people I have to go against right now. And so then I also know from doing these attacks that my kill squad's going to end up taking some of these buildings out, some of these defenses, which is really nice because that basically makes it where my two-finger drop for my hogs can target these, which then they're naturally going to start moving around this way, maybe some into the core, but they're pretty much going to move around this side of the base going counterclockwise, and then when I drop my other hogs in down on this side of the base, they're going to naturally move here and kind of start working their way around. So I'm going to do a two-finger drop on both those spots, and like I said, I've got heal spells ready for them on pretty much on the wizard tower areas, and they're naturally just going to work their way around the base and kind of meet up at the end over by where the king is, like I said earlier. And then with my extra wizards that I bring, I just kind of spread those out around the base. So normally, if they've got builders huts in the corners, or a lot of times your kill squad's still working on stuff over in this area. So like if the hogs are finishing up on this mortar, then I need to drop some wizards up in this area, maybe one back. Maybe one back over here, one down on the bottom side. Just cover the areas where your hogs aren't going to be taking everything out, basically. That way you just get all your cleanup going really, really quickly, and you can be taking out every spot on the base, and your hogs don't have to go around to every single building, like one by one. It speeds things up a lot, because that's the other problem with hog attacks, is you run out of time sometimes at the end. So that's pretty much how this attack goes. You'll notice also whenever my hogs get down here, there is a giant bomb in this spot, and I was trying desperately to drop my heal spell there, but I play on an iPad right now, and since the screen is so big, if you touch the screen and move it all, it actually moves the screen instead of registering as like a click. And so I kept accidentally moving my finger a little bit, and so it kept moving the screen as I was trying to drop my heal spell, and I was just sitting there watching my hogs like get taken down by this wizard tower, and I was freaking out, like, why will my heal spell not drop? So you'll see how I get pretty close on that. But let's actually watch the attack here. Alrighty, so I drop in my hog right here, the Tesla pops up, not able to get the pull there, so I decided to just drop a hog right here. Get the pull. I knew he only had 20 troops in there, so I counted, had all 5 wizards, drop my barbarian in over here, so I'm drawing him out. I'll speed this up because it takes forever. Okay, I drop both witches in, drop my queen in, drop the other barbs in, and then I drop 2 wizards, like I said, and so that takes out their wizards really, really quickly. They took out that building like I thought they would. Drop my golem in. Drop my wall breakers in. Wall breakers get in and blow that up. Golem reroutes. I've got my wizard in for the funnel. Drop my king in. And you can see as soon as the king locks onto the queen, like it's all over for her. It's like right here. He just goes right past everything. Goes straight for her. Start taking her out. And so then I get the 2-finger hog drop going. And I'm watching my king's health. Saw that he was getting low, so I popped that. Hogs are going in. Got my heal spells ready, like I said. And from here, it's pretty much just like autopilot. You're just dropping heal spells. Watch your queen's health if you need to, but there are no defenses left to take her out. And watch on this bottom side. This is what I'm talking about. That bomb goes off, and I was just like, no! I can't drop the heal spell. It took so long to be able to drop it. It really freaked me out. And then I was a little bit late on that one on top too because the bottom was going so bad. But yeah, you can see all my hogs are finishing up right around now, and I start spreading out wizards around the base. Uh, let's see where I choose to drop them. Yeah, I drop one in over here. I think I drop one more up at the top maybe. Drop a couple on the bottom to help that out, and that's just going to speed everything up. But it's all clean up from here. Attack's pretty much over. I still got quite a few hogs left alive. Queen's at full health. King's still alive. Got my witch. Maybe one of the witches died. I'm not sure. I only see one of them up right now. Yeah, I've got a witch alive still. Got a lot of cleanup, so this attack went pretty well. Alrighty, going to the next one. I might split this into 2 videos because this is getting kind of long, but I really want to go in detail on these attacks because the Town Hall 9 attacks are just a lot more complex than other attacks, so I feel like you need to go into more detail for people to really learn how to do them. Okay, so this is the other guy I took out, and I did it using hogs because, again, I looked at his base and I saw there can't be a double giant bomb spot right there. It's only a 2x3, and really inside his base, that's the only spot that there could be one. I saw down here that there could be one, and so to fix that, I just dropped in like 3 hogs on that wizard tower because I knew they'd go from the wizard tower to the air defense right there. Which, if that means if there was a double giant bomb spot right there, they would trigger it, and that's definitely worth it. 3 hogs to trigger the bomb spot, because like the worst thing that could happen is I go through the entire attack, get down to the very end, they walk onto the wizard tower, and all my hogs die. That would be terrible. So then the other thing I noticed on this one was the queen is like essentially outside the base. If you look at her range, I knew if I dropped barbarians on this elixir collector, that she would hop over that wall and start shooting them. So I knew I could just drop my king straight onto him. So I did something I've never done before in the Town Hall 9 hog attack. I didn't bring a golem in my clan castle. I just brought extra hogs. And that also worked well because you can see this guy's got 2 inferno towers, but they are both set to single target. If those were set to multi-target, then I would not have tried a hog attack on this base because it probably could not have worked. If you don't know, whenever Inferno Towers are hitting units, the units that they're hitting can't be healed. So it basically nullifies your heal spells and your hogs will just die. And I don't know how many targets they actually hit. What is it? If it's on multi-target, they hit 5 targets right now. So yeah, that between the 2 of them, that would be 10 of my hogs dying, which is a very significant amount. So I thought that also by not bringing the golem and bringing 6 extra hogs, that would be really helpful. And because I knew some of them would die from the Inferno Towers, but since they were single target, I figured I could just overwhelm them. I actually debated on bringing a rage spell just to get my hogs through that area really quickly, but I decided the extra heal would probably be worth it. So my plan on this base. Obviously, the clan castle pull is really, really easy. I wanted to just drop a hog up in this area in case there was a giant bomb, because I planned on doing a 2-finger drop up here, where I target these, because then I knew they would move. My hogs would move from here, 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 and then they would kind of spread out and work their way through these Inferno Towers. So I knew that part would be really good, and I could just drop a heal spell kind of in this area, and that would keep my hogs alive. And then my other spot I wanted to drop was here. And that way they're going to move around here. I got a heal spell. In case there was a giant bomb in this area, I knew I needed a heal spell there. And I knew I'd probably need a heal spell down here in this area, because those are the only 2 spots really where there could be giant bombs inside the base. But naturally my hogs would just kind of move down that path. And then they should all meet up down on this bottom side. And I pretty much always like to do at least a 2-finger hog drop. Just because you get through the base a lot faster like that. If you have all your hogs in one spot, it just takes a lot longer, especially on Town Hall 9 bases. You can do that on Town Hall 8, but Town Hall 9, I think it's kind of risky. So that's pretty much my plan. I just wanted to get the clan castle pull, and then I used those barbarians to draw the queen out and the clan castle. And you can see, because I mainly use my king is basically what's going to kill the queen and help tank basically for my witches and wizards and all that stuff and archer queen. And you can see my king, I think my king gets taken out pretty quickly here. But he does his job, he tanks, and he takes the queen out, so it was all good. Let's go ahead and get into this. This was a pretty hard attack, because the guy does have 2 Inferno Towers, even if they are in single target. It's still, I think this was a really solid attack. So, oh yeah, I dropped in those guys down there, and you can see I did blow up a bomb. So I knew that that was good. I went ahead and dropped one more test hog to make sure I got all the clan castle out. I did. So then I drop in my barbarians up here. You can see the queen hops over the wall. Drop my witches in. Oh, and this was really bad. The wizards walk up and just take the witches out just right away. So I think I lose. Yeah, I lose both my witches, which was pretty sloppy on my part. I could have stopped that by dropping some more barbs in probably. But yeah, you can see right there, my queen and my king take all their CC troops out and the queen, and then I do the two-finger hog drop. Get my heal spells down. I think maybe my king actually does live because he's kind of gone off to the side. All right, so yeah, you can see here, got my heal spells down. Ended up there was a Tesla inside the base, so I don't know where this guy's giant bombs were. Probably all outside the base, which is pretty stupid, but went ahead and dropped my other heal spell here, in there, and you can see that spot also had a Tesla, so really no giant bombs inside the base. And my hogs made it through those Inferno towers surprisingly well. And then I ended up dropping some wizards up here, some of my cleanup wizards, just because I didn't want my hogs to have to run all the way back up there. And so you can see by sending those wizards in, I took that out, and my hogs still had to go up pretty far, but they didn't have to run all the way across the base, which I was trying to avoid. So didn't have that many hogs live. Well, actually, I had a decent amount of hogs live, but you can see I've still got my queen up. I've got a wizard down here, two wizards over here, some archers and barbs, and then I've got my hogs just kind of moving through. So I didn't have as much cleanup as the first time, but this was a little bit harder base, so that's kind of to be expected. But yeah, I've got my wizards all down on this side, which are going to take that out, and my hogs are definitely going to clean up everything on the top side. And the king's almost dead, so like one wizard shot will take him out, or my hogs might turn on him. Just one hog swipe will probably take him out also. But we'll go ahead and speed this up, because this attack's pretty much over. And I got 3 stars. So that is my first Daddymacsac War Recap video where I get to explain how to do some hog attacks at Town Hall 9. So hopefully you guys learned something. I know a lot of people thought Hog Riders were kind of dead after they changed the giant bombs to where they do 1.5 times damage, but against most Town Hall 9 bases that you're going to run into, Hog Riders are still really, really strong. So you should definitely learn how to do it. And if you want more content on this, I probably shouldn't promote other channels because I don't want you guys to run away from me. But if you check out One Hive and Clashing with Maddie, they both have tons of videos on Town Hall 9 attacks. So if you're just looking for more content right away to get better, you should definitely check them out. They've got really, really good content. But don't just leave me hanging. Keep watching my videos because I'm going to keep making a lot more content too. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked it. Leave me a comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. It'll help me out.